Hey there, everybody. Another video for you. This one's just mostly on exercise. I finished off my PT, so I wanted to tell you guys how that one went. Um, a lot with exercise and everything else. My PT was actually, my physical therapy was actually 10 weeks, started with 10 weeks. Then we went into an extra 6 weeks or 6 sessions. So the first 10 sessions, it was twice a week for the 5 weeks, and then the other six were once a week for the 6 weeks. So we kind of narrowed it down a little bit. The first ones were mostly stretching exercises and such. Uh, you may think like, hey, wait a minute, I'm trying to learn how to walk. Well, the thing is, to learn how to walk, you got to learn how to rebalance yourself and step and get physically fit, slightly physically fit again. So you've been sitting around for a little while and your muscles are not being worked. So you got to get the muscles working. You got to stretch a little bit. You got to do some exercises as you're waiting for your prosthesis, as you're, getting ready for a lot of different things. So there's a lot of exercise that you could actually do just by sitting in a chair. You could look some of them up on Google. There's a lot of different videos for exercising. There's other people on YouTube that actually have exercise sessions to actually go through. Now, here's the thing. When you're doing the exercises, you got to figure to yourself, there's certain ones that I'm not going to be able to do. Well, definitely you can't do jumping jacks because as soon as you jump up, you fall flat on your face. So that one's an out. Uh, Here's the thing, laying on your side and everything. I'm going to show you a couple of them. These are actually on a chart from Etsy shop, ETSY, and you can buy the download for it. Okay, I'm going to have to turn this camera around a little bit, so bear with me. And we're going to take a shot of the TV again. Okay, now basically I got a pretty good shot here of the different things. Again, this is one sold through Etsy shop. You could probably get them on eBay. You get them on eBay. You can get them at brick and mortar stores sometimes, and check out their exercise fitness areas. But the thing is, they got different types of charts right here that you could actually get. This shows you some of the other exercises. Now, when you have the two prostheses, there's a couple of them that you have to eliminate or you have to do them a little different. This one, this plank, okay, when you do a plank or you do a push-up, your foot does not articulate that way anymore. So when you're doing that, you may have to go down on your knees instead of your foot and then do a plank that way. It's just modifying it, modifying your push-up, modifying your plank. Same thing with the squat. Now on the squat, I'll show you like my prosthesis a little bit on that, and you could actually see what I mean on it. That your ankle will not articulate. Some of them you have to modify what you're doing. You have to modify it a little bit. The thing is, whatever movement that you do, okay, as far as if you wanted a glute bridge, a lunge, or anything like that, you can modify this. You can modify so that you could actually do most of these in a chair. You could modify where you could actually do in a kettle drum, like a kettle barbell. Uh, the thing is, you could do a twist back and forth. You could actually sit in the chair and raise and lower the kettlebell on the front of your chair, almost like you're doing a sit up with a little bit of weight. Doing leg lifts, you could do that in the bed, you could do it in a chair. The thing is, if you get down on the floor, you could actually do a lot of these. You could do like that side leg raise. The lunge, I would say, wait on that. Try to do it in parallel bars with somebody with you. So if you get stuck going in the downward position, somebody's there to help you back up. Again, you do them with a little bit of caution, so that you could always get better on what you're doing. Now, for myself, I feel like I'm getting better on this. Oh, by the way, as far as these charts, if you want, it says digital downloads. It says 397 for the charts. I'm not saying that they're a good thing to have or anything like that. Sometimes people like the extra charts on their walls just to see where they're headed. Some people, they just are able to do it themselves. Okay, I'm gonna bring the camera back around and okay. Let's see. I gotta see where did I put? Okay. Oh, we got this up here now. Right here, if you notice this joint right here, when I'm saying that you gotta watch it, what you're doing, this joint does not articulate. Now, your prosthetic technician, they may be able to get you a joint that does kind of flex and bends, so that maybe you could do the squats, maybe you could do other types of motions. Um, it's more of a specialty. You're going to be paying a lot more for it too, probably. But this is a simple joint. It has a little bit of flex. Okay, there's like a U-shaped piece over here. Comes down, goes to the foot. There's flex in the foot, and then there's just a little bit of flex in the joint there, just enough so that it bends ever so slightly. It's not a real flex joint like your foot would regular be. You're not going to be able to do ballet with this or anything like that. Uh, Again, they make them where if you wanted to, they got them for women that if you wanted to wear high heels, you could actually get high heels on these, and it's more a fashion statement. You get runner blades. You could get this is just a simple all around blade, walking, hiking, running, whatever. They make specialty ones too, where if you wanted to do a lot of biking, you could get those. Again, it's your pocketbook. What can you afford to spend for your prosthesis? You have a number of them, and basically they're like shoes, very expensive shoes, but still they're more like shoes for your legs. Now, back to what my physical therapy was. I did go through all the sessions, and basically it was 5 weeks to start. That's twice a week, and then we did the other 6 sessions. That was another 6 weeks. So basically, we're close to, well, if you even it out, 12 weeks. 12 weeks is like 3 months. So basically, we're about 3 months that we went for the physical therapy. Okay. Right now, I'm on my own. I'm not doing the physical therapy. Sometimes there's a time that you're going to have to be released and start doing it on your own too. Uh, the thing is, for myself, that time came a little bit quicker because I did purchase the parallel bars. I got those in the back, and there is a videotape on that, a couple of videotapes. Uh, they're not that expensive. You can get different price ranges. You can get them $1,000. You can get them down to $200, 300. Okay, $300 is not that bad. Uh, when they go into $1,000, $2,000, well, that's out of my price league a little bit. So, um, the thing is, there are ways to put something together at your house. You just have to think over the situation a little bit. You can put a parallel bar. You could attach extra railings to certain walls, attach different things to different areas. If you got a patio with a post, at first what I did, I put a 2x4 and I put it up going across. I get two uprights, okay, and I put a pair 2x4, anchored it, arm's height, and I had a one-sided single parallel bar. So I was still able to go out there and practice and I went out there with the walker. I practiced. I went off of the walker and just used a single railing. So basically, that works out good. Now, that worked out better when I had a single prosthesis. Okay, when you had the double prosthesis, a little bit different. We have a center island in our kitchen, so we have like kitchen to dining room to living room to kitchen again. So I could walk around the three rooms. I had my wife follow me with a like a wheel counter, and you roll it across the floor, and it tells you, you know, how many feet that you did. So I was guesstimating that it was 36 feet, and sure enough, it was 36 feet. She followed me to my tracks and everything, 36 feet going all the way around. So the thing is, what I did, first day, I did 2 times around. Then I went rested and got back up like 15, 20 minutes after that. Went 3 times around. Then I stopped. The following day, then I did 3 and then 4. And then I did 4 and I did 5. Now I'm up to 5 going around. So what I'm leaving it is, I'm leaving it at 5. So I'm walking around 5 and then I walk around another 5. Okay. I may increase it. I don't know. I was timing it also. The only when it comes down to timing yourself, the only record you need to beat is your own. Okay, you don't need to compete with anybody else but yourself. Okay, if you want to compete with yourself, go for it. You can measure your time, your distance, the number of steps you take. You can do all that. The parallel bars are also about 36 feet outside the back door, my back door. If I walked from uh, where I parked my wheelchair, I got the prosthesis on. I hopped up on a walker and I went outside with the walker. Then I used a cane between the parallel bars and I went all the way to one direction and back. I did that 3 times. Okay, so 3 times walking with a cane, and then what happens is I was coming back in, and I would go in with the cane, no parallel bars, just the cane. A little slow, but the thing is, this is how you build your confidence. Having somebody with you actually helps quite a bit. So basically, you got somebody with you. They're helping you out. They're bad. Basically, they're backing you up. If something happens, maybe they could catch you as you're falling. Maybe they could help you not fall all the way to the ground. So the thing is, they're there. They're giving you the support you need. They're giving you the help that you may need to do these things. So anyway, back in that's about 36 feet, and I went off of walker and did a cane. So the thing is, I mean, to show you these things, yeah, it would be nice, but I'm like telling you about them, and I think everybody knows how to use a cane or such. My physical therapist did ask me one question. She was talking to me, and she goes, "Okay, you're using a cane. What hand do you use?" Because the thing is, physical therapy, they teach you that if your right leg is injured, you're actually using the cane in your left hand. Okay. And it's kind of a quirky thing, but that's how you take your weight off of it. And you know, you think it would be the other way that you're trying to take the weight off of your right leg, so you use it with your right leg. So anyway, the thing is, with both legs in prosthesis, okay, where you have both of them, I actually use my right hand. Now you could try it with either one, and you could see how it feels. Um, get the feeling for yourself. See which one feels better for yourself, even if you only have one prosthesis. Normal way that they would do it is, let's say you had a right prosthesis, right leg was removed, then you would actually put it in your left hand, the cane. And then if your left leg was a prosthesis, then you put it in your right hand. That's the normal way of doing it. But the thing is, I don't think there's really a norm. It's what feels best to you, what feels really, really the best for you. For me, with two prostheses, and if I'm using a cane, it worked better in my right hand. And reason being is because I'm right-handed. So I think that gave me more stability, more strength. It's just like playing a piano. Maybe I could play a tune with my right hand, but the thing is, my left hand doesn't move, the way that you really want it to. So anyway, I'm continuing to work and doing this. I put the prosthesis on every day, and that's another thing. If you're not going to walk around, at least put the prosthesis on. Put it on, leave it on for a number of hours, and you could do exercise with them. The prosthesis, my wife went on a scale, and we measured the weight of them because it's hard to measure the weight. If you use a regular bathroom scale, you weigh yourself, and then you hold the prosthesis and see what the difference is. So the difference was like 15 pounds. Um, so basically, 15 pounds on a prosthesis, you put that on, you got to get used to that weight again. At first, it feels funny. It feels like, my God, I got this big, heavy weight. I got an anchor to me and everything. It's like hard to move, hard to lift your legs, hard to move around. The thing is, you start lifting with that leg on, you start moving a little bit. Even if you're not getting up on your feet, at least put them on and wear them, and you're getting used to them that way. And pretty soon you're going to be sitting there, you're going to maybe watch TV or something a little bit, and you're going to be like, wow, this doesn't feel like, it feels like my regular legs are there. Um, then do a little bit more walking. My wife, she gets home at a certain time from work and everything, so she helps me. She's with me. We go outside, we do a little bit. We stay inside, we do a little bit. As far as walking, as far as stair climbing, whatever the thing is. I have very short sets of stairs. I only got 7 stairs going up. It's I don't know what you want to call it, like a tri-level house. So basically, you got living room, dining room on the main level, and then you got only a few steps going up and a few steps going down. And there's your upstairs, downstairs. So basically, not as many steps, not too much for you to follow up on. If you did fall, you're not going to fall too far. Um, you don't like to say the word fall. I've only fallen once, and it's because I didn't have a safety on on my wheelchair. Now, on the back of the wheelchair, which I'm not going to be able to reach it, there's a thing that's like an extra wheel that goes in. I'll show this to you on another video. I'm going to put a close up of the wheelchair and show you. But it goes in and it keeps your wheelchair from tipping too much. If you don't have that, your wheels could go backwards, and you're going to continue to go backwards until you fall all the way down to the ground. Your back will go flat to the ground, and that'll be that. As long as you fall the right way, it's all right. For me, it knocked the wind out of me. I didn't feel good for a couple weeks, and I felt better after it. It was like big, big muscle strain. So again, you don't want to fall. Nobody does. Um, but it's one of those things that is probably it could happen. Could happen when you're healthy. It's going to happen when when you have the prosthesis, when you have your total health or partial health. It's going to happen, and you just got to deal with it. Don't be afraid of it too much. One of the other exercises I need to figure out, and I'm going to do that, is like put it through your mind. How would you get off the floor if you fell down? If you were on the floor and you had to get up off the floor, how would you do that? Okay. I have an exercise mat. I got an old cushion from a couch. I could put it next to another piece of furniture, lift myself up on one, and lift myself up on the other. I have a stair climber, like a aerobic step, and that would get 9 inches up. I could bump myself up onto that, and then bump myself back up into the chair. So there's a lot of different ways to actually do things, but then always have it in your mind as far as where you're going, what you would do in a different situation. How would you get out of your house? What's your game plan if you're going to get out of your house? Okay, am I going to use a walker? How would I position the walker? How would I get off one stoop, go down to the other stoop, and then if you have another stoop or such, if you have a crack in your sidewalk out front, you know about it. How would you get over that area? How would you go around any obstacles that may be there? You may have a curved walkway. You may have English bricks or something like that, like pavers. And some of the pavers are uneven right now, and within time they do that. So, how would you get through those different obstacles? Okay. Always look at that before you have to do it. That way, you know you have some sort of game plan so that you know what you're going to do. The thing is also tells you like spring's coming in my area, so maybe there's extra things that I could do. Add some extra bricks, add some grab handles to certain areas, and that way it's kind of safens up the area. It makes it more accessible for myself. Um, the thing is, like I said, spring's coming, so here comes all the projects that I like to do outside. I mean, it's projects that have to be done outside. So anyway, um, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about physical therapy, and as far as exercises, do what you can, make as much movements as you can, lifting your arms back and forth. You could do just arm raises. You could add weight to it, or you could do isometric. Isometric is that you're moving, your different, different ways to actually activate those muscles. Lift your arm up and down. You're lifting your joints in a lot of different ways. Okay. And you keep doing these exercises like that. You do it with your legs, your arms, everything. Because remember, you're idle a little bit. So you do need to work yourself into some of these exercises. Um, so uh give me some ideas that you have. Okay. Anything that you want to look at, any ideas as far as exercises that you may do. The thing is, not only so that I could maybe do them myself, but I could pass them on to other people too. Okay. Just best way to do it. Subscribe. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe. You subscribe to anybody's station. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't cost anything. Nobody is going to hound you for different things. Okay. We're not, I'm not out to sell anything to anybody. I'm just here to free up some spare time that I have, talk to some people, and, find out who's out there that maybe they're in the same boat that I am. And this isn't the only platform that I do. I do a lot of other ones, and it's more important to me that, I have two or three people rather than 15 or 20,000. Okay. If 15 or 20,000 people want to come out and say, hey, great, let's do it. Let's hear more from you. That's great. I love it. I love it. And the thing is, maybe we could actually let this grow a little bit, come out with new ideas, maybe new equipment to survey and see what's what. Okay. So stick with us, subscribe, and we'll have another one coming out to you soon. Okay? Have a good day.